Anthony, there was a famous British fighter, heavyweight fighter who fought here about 20 years ago.
What's his name?
Lennox Lewis.
Okay.
And you know, it was a very controversial decision when he fought here against Holyfield. Yeah. Does that kind of stick in your mind that, like, because you're fighting in your opponent's hometown, essentially, that maybe you need to, you know, get rid of him?
Yeah. I gotta get rid of Miller. You know, I had fun with Parker when I fought him, and I've said, you know, I'm gonna outbox him because they said, oh, he can't box. Everyone know you can knock someone out, but no one could have really said I can box until then. So I was just proving that I can box and I can go in the rounds, but I'm done with that now. It's back to knockouts, and Miller's number, how many fights is it now? 23? Miller's number 23 on my list.
Has Lennox had any influence on you being the last great UK heavyweight?
No, whatsoever. I look to America, really. I definitely look to America for a lot of inspiration.
Which heavyweights in particular in America?
Tyson, 100%. I like the lower weight Sugar Ray Leonard, Riddick Bowe as well, especially Holyfield. Who's a guy that Holyfield boxed well? Kuwait?
Dwight Muhammad Cowie. Yeah.
Was it?
Dwight Muhammad Cowie.
Cowie, yeah, I like
that.
Yeah, he was a bad boy fighter as well. And we watch a lot of Foreman as well, how he can control his fight without him throwing punches, you just hold him there. So you know, like fighting someone like John Miller who's coming forward and you're jabbing, scared, and you're using energy. Sometimes just hold him there, push him to the side, pop, push him that way. So there's so many different ways to skin a cat, and that's why I'm a quick learner. So I like to just watch a bit, quickly you pick it up and then try it. If it works, we use it. If it doesn't work, we move on. So with Miller, it's a good thing we've got 12 rounds because I'll be able to display a lot of different ways of boxing. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
So a lot of people say that his high volume punching and his punch output could give you problems. Like, what do you have to say about that?
Let me put up my punch volume or my punch output and he'll gas. It's the same, it's vice versa, isn't it? Anyone with a high punch output and volume will make someone tired, but vice versa, I'll make sure I'm fit and I'll make sure I'll be able to out-punch him. We go back to our stats and facts, check out his punch output in his best fights, and we train harder so it won't be new territory. And then when it comes to the fight, I just gas him out first. So like, you just counter it, right? Mm-hmm. Their attributes and strengths, you build up on your weaknesses and become your strengths, and then when it comes to fight night, you've covered every corner and every angle. Then it becomes, it's making a tough obstacle look easy. That's the key, isn't it? A tough obstacle.
One of your earlier Wikipedia profiles had, in terms of your heritage, they had Irish there, but I think later when I checked, it was deleted. Do you have any Irish connection with heritage?
My dad's mum.
Oh, your dad? Oh, from where? Where now?
I don't know too much about my dad's mum. She moved to Nigeria as a nurse. She moved to Nigeria as a nurse, met my granddad, and she lived there until her dying days. Then my dad moved to UK, and then I'm born in the UK. So yeah.
So there's an Irish connection.
Yeah, but I can find out. But I didn't get to know them too much.
I write for the Irish Echo, that's why.
Yeah, you write for the Irish. My coach is Irish.
Anthony, you know, Anthony, you have a number of almost all of the heavyweight titles right now. You know, but like, you know, you fought primarily in the UK. How important would it be to be recognized in the United States and around the world, and by fighting outside of the UK?
Yeah, you got catch-22 because it's like, I don't really want to focus on the recognition part because that's a losing battle in itself. You know what I mean? Trying to get recognized and trying to get appreciated for your craft, that's hard to do. But in terms of fighting around the world and gaining experience and fighting in different territory, I'm all for that 100%. And I like to fight where there is a market, because there's not much point in me fighting in a state that has no interest in boxing, just to say I did it. So UK market, come on, like 100,000 people coming out to support, big viewerships. It's a global thing, so that's why it made sense in the UK. But at the minute, it's brilliant as well to be in America and MSG June 1st, because it's another global audience. Got the UK market, international TV rights, and it's building towards what you're saying is becoming a worldwide recognized fighter in different territories for sure.
Like, you know, you said you admired a lot of the American boxers. How about the culture? Was that something that, like, the American culture had influence on you growing up?
The American culture is heavy. You see it spread across a lot of different countries as well, not just UK. But American culture is strong. So yeah, definitely being here as well is good. And watch all the American films, you know, Hollywood. a lot of music. Even like a lot of your boxing forums and stuff are heavily American based, so I can see why if let's say I would have done what I had done but I was an American heavyweight, maybe I would have been like more recognized as such, because America is like a big mecca for entertainment in itself, but we built it from the ground up in the UK, and I'm happy, and we're crossing over now to kind of embrace this culture as well. And it seems to me like, what do they say, this place is home of the free, land of the brave. So it doesn't matter where you're from, who you are, if you embrace it and you're just working hard, you're accepted as one of their own. So I'm sure I can make this place a second home.
By fighting here, do you feel like you can make some of the fights, some of the bigger fights, by showing, listen, I'm willing to travel, and
that's what's interesting. Yeah, that is what's interesting, is because, like, you look at it this way, how can you not want to fight in? Okay, so you asked Wilder that. Why haven't you ever fought in the UK? Yeah, same question you're asking me. So you want to be a global star. So you're asking, why haven't you fought in the UK? Oh, well, what's there? Biggest audience, biggest payday, 4 of the major world titles against one of the leading current heavyweight champions. It's all there for you, do you know what I mean? So there's the question as well. But now it gives me the opportunity to say, well, I'm like fighting in the States as well. So if the UK isn't good enough for you, then we can look at, I'll show you what I can do in the US as well, and you can be part of this as well, and we can kind of find a common ground. So there's no invitation anymore. We've invaded to a certain degree. In Wilder's, in boxing terms, I've invaded Wilder's patch, and God willing I'll win. It's put me in a strong standpoint when it comes to kind of getting this fight together.
Talk camp, are you going to do any in America at all?
Yeah, have to, and it shows how serious I'll take it, because we could easily come out here a week or 2 before, because we're creatures of habit, isn't it? Like being at home and doing the usual thing. I think it's important to get away and just make sure I'm like acclimatized well, I fit in well, I know what I'm up to. It'd be good for sparring partners as well.
Have you been to the gym?
Sorry?
Have you looked around the gym?
Yeah, coach and the team are working on it now.
Nice.
So we're just working on the time frame, the gym, recovery, nutrition, like food, chefs, all that type of stuff to make sure all boxes are ticked. And then fight week we kind of look at as a week. We don't add that in training because that's fight week. So we're looking at the amount of time we're going to be here training, fight week in itself, and just getting down and dirty June 1st, and best man will win, I think.
Not going to miss Tesco?
Is Walmart still open here?
We do got Walmart.
Are they closing down?
No, we got it.
Yeah, it's still big. They're closing down a lot of stores.
They do.
Yeah. Well, what are we going to do? We'll find a way.
Figure it out. Whole Foods.
Whole Foods. Yeah, Whole Foods. Whole Foods is big. That's big.
No doubt.
Anthony,
Yeah?
what feelings do you have on the Brexit debate that's consuming?
Wow, I did not see that coming.
Brexit debate.
Yeah, no, that obviously it's become a huge issue.
Do you know what's interesting? I never kind of grew up in the political arena, unfortunately. I just went to boxing. So what's interesting is that when I went to the New York Stock Exchange and stuff, I look at like my little son or the younger nephews and nieces. I think I want to push education rather than sports, because it would be better for them. They'll be able to have a bit more of a diplomatic answer for you. But in terms of Brexit, it's happening. There's no second referendum. We are leaving. We just have to get used to it. That's the best way to do it, I think. Just get used to it.